Okay. Hi. Where's Millie?
She's over here.
Oh,
She's
she's being quiet today.
yeah. Don't say her name though, because I'll have to
Okay.
like summon her. I don't know. Um. So how have you been?
Uh, good. Um, yeah. We have some stuff to talk about today. Like, we got a really nice email from a listener, which I sent
Yes.
to you,
Yes.
and it inspired me.
Absolutely. Uh.
It inspired me to not quit, first of all. So thank you for that. But also, I think we should have a discussion about if you wanted to hide that you were taking medication from the people you live with, how would you do it? So we'll get to that in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I did get on the scale this morning. I was at 187, and I also have to get a tooth pulled. So I had to go to the
Oh, really?
periodontist. I had a really early appointment, and so I got a babysitter to come over at 7 a.m. so I
Oh.
could go to the dentist.
Oh my
So
gosh.
that's my morning so far. How
Oh.
about you?
Oh. Well. I was literally shoveling shit.
Literally?
Literally. So I started volunteering, but today was my first day at a horse therapy place.
Yeah.
So it's for and they do like lessons and they do all kinds of stuff, but I think their main gig is uh therapy with um disabled kids
Mm-hmm.
basically. And so they rely on a lot of volunteers, and it's something I've been wanting to do for a while. And now that I quit this other job, I was like, I feel like if you're not working, you should be doing something. So uh, I went and volunteered. So first of all, you like dump all the water from the previous day, and then you refill all the waters. And I say all, and it's like 9 or 10 stalls. So I mean, it's a lot of work. And then you go in and you basically like muck out the stalls, which essentially looks like a gigantic litter box. So that's the whole process, is that you're scooping everything up. You're trying to, save some of the bedding because you don't want to just chuck it all and then you put their hay in there, and then you clean up the whole area. So I was there for 2.5 hours.
Mm.
So
Do you have boots?
well, I just wore like my regular shoes. I haven't even
Yeah.
showered. Like I had like hay all over me. I was sweating up a storm, and of course, this little 20-year-old girl that's like cute as a button and this big around,
Yeah.
uh, was like running circles around me, and I was like, huh, I'm old enough to be your mom. Okay. So, at any rate, yeah. So yeah, that's what I was doing, and it was great. I loved it. It was awesome. So I think I'm gonna do that'll be like my regular Tuesday, Wednesday thing, you know? If I
Nice.
you know, if I get the job that I think I'm gonna get, I'm hoping they'll be a little flexible with my time so I can continue to do it. So but we'll see.
Yeah. When I got home, I had to get the girls out the door. And so we're in our last week of summer. I think
Hmm.
Cordelia went back to school already.
Yeah, so she started last Thursday.
Okay.
So July 31st. I was like, is this happening?
Why?
I don't know. I don't know. But
Why are they doing that in Indiana? That doesn't make any sense.
they get basically they get a week off in October, a week off in November, and then their winter break over Christmas and New Year's is like 2.5, almost 3 weeks.
Right?
And then spring break. And then they're out of school though a lot earlier.
Well, we have been, Ellie is 5. She just turned 5. She is very particular about what she looks like.
Hmm.
She's been obsessed with makeup and she's been obsessed with her outfit. So when I came home from the dentist, she was wearing a crop top that was part of a swimsuit set. So it was technically a swimsuit shirt
Mm-hmm.
with like a sporty skirt and heels. She had about 12 bracelets on. necklace, earrings, and a purse, a crossbody,
Of
of course,
course.
a furry crossbody. And I said, honey, you look beautiful, but I don't think you can wear a swimsuit top. Her belly, her belly sticking out. And all of that was fine. I got her redressed and out the door. But on Sunday, we went to Danny Go Live, and she had an absolute meltdown before we left. And she kept saying, there's nothing I can wear. I look fat. I look fat. I don't want
What?
anyone to think I'm fat. I'm like, where in the heck did this come from? Nobody says that in this house. Nobody. So I
Why
took
would she?
the iPads and threw them off a bridge. I didn't, but they're gone. They're never coming back.
Why would she?
I don't know.
That is so weird.
And she's been saying to Kari, you're fat. Kari, you're fat. We don't
No,
talk to each
that
other
has
that.
to
First
stop.
of all, none of you are fat. This is silly. This is factually untrue.
That's so weird.
It is weird.
That I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't either. And I feel
How
like it's one of those things that I have to, like, if I pay too much attention to it, it's just going to get bigger.
it'll just eat at you. Well, I mean, do you think that they're like picking up on the fact that you've lost all this weight and they are seeing that and it's affecting them like that?
I don't know that they saw it except when they see pictures of me, because when you are with the person who's losing weight, you don't see it because you see it every day.
Yeah.
Both when you're getting bigger and smaller, it works kind of the same
Yeah.
way. But they have seen pictures and they have heard people talk to me about it, and they heard us fighting about what they were eating, so I'm sure that's part of it.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Uh-uh. No.
Oh, geez. Yeah.
Because
That's
didn't we talk about the two kolache day? Like, we had a
yes.
whole fight about the kolaches, yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's something else, like, no, you cannot have another cup of milk. Have a glass of water. No, you cannot have a giant bottle of lemonade. You can have water.
Mm,
So I
yeah.
feel like they're starting to adjust to it, but it takes a lot of energy for me to battle with them about every little piece of everything.
Yeah, I really wish I had advice for you, but I just
I know.
don't. I can't. I'm so sorry, Eva. I want to relate so bad, but I
There
have a.
is no
But
advice. What
I
I don't know. I don't know how I got to 280, so how am I going to tell them what to do and not do?
right. Y- Yeah, I have a kid that I like can't stuff enough calories into, and that is
Yeah.
still is going on 8 years old and still wearing like a size 6.
Hmm.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
can you eat? Like, I have to like, and she gets because it. I'm really not trying to like project my ADHD onto my kid, but if it is what it is. But she'll get so focused on what it is that she's doing that she won't eat,
Mm-hmm.
and then she'll be like hangry and a total asshole. So
Yeah.
like that's my struggle, you know. Um, but so here's what my sister and I kind of came up with as far as like um our rules around body image. And it's like goes like this. We don't ever speak negatively about our bodies. We don't ever speak negatively about other people's bodies. We don't compare our bodies to other people, and we don't compare other people's bodies to them other people. We don't do any of those things. Period. Because they're growing and changing by the millisecond.
Mm-hmm.
And, whatever they're going through right now, they're not going to go through later in
Yeah.
life when they're adults. You know what I'm saying? So,
Do you remember ever, like, if Cordelia got sick when she was little, like toddler little, and would, when they lose like 1 or 2 pounds when they're tiny and then they look so different so fast. Do you ever remember that happening?
Honestly, she never got that sick. Ever. Like, the worst thing that she ever had around that age was an ear infection.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she just was a real resilient kid, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I know what you mean. I know that, like, that it can really affect them and they can look pretty different.
Yeah. I just remember that happening maybe just once. And then Kari got really skinny, like in a week, just from not eating for a week.
Yeah.
So I know whatever it is, it can turn around really quick when you're little.
Mm-hmm.
But she also has pectus carinatum. Do you know what that is? Or have you ever heard of the
Absolutely never
opposite
heard of that.
one? The pectus excavatum is the one where their rib cage is sunken in. And
Okay.
carinatum is the one where their sternum is like, it protrudes a little bit.
Okay.
And if you're going to have one, that's the one to have, because if your rib cage is sunken in and it can actually damage your internal organs,
Mm-hmm.
is really dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
But when you have the other one, the treatment is just like when you're a tween, they give you this band and you wear it for a month and it flattens out your sternum again.
Oh,
So
okay.
when I took her in for that finally at the children's hospital and saw the plastic surgeon, he was like, come back in 4 to 6, or what did he say? Come back in 7 to 9. Thought he was going to say months, and he said years. And I started laughing because I was like, okay, no problem. We'll come back in 10 years.
Yeah.
Um, it's not a big deal. It felt like a big deal because she was my first and she was so tiny and it was so weird.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but she's still, I've noticed at swimming, there's kids who stand with their belly like stuck out.
Mm-hmm.
And she just stands like that. She's not fat. She just sticks her belly out when she's standing a certain way.
Yeah.
And she doesn't know to be self-conscious about it like we get when we're older. So,
Well, that's good.
yeah, actually I'll worry about her maybe I should worry when she starts doing that.
Yeah,
I
like
don't know. I'm
kids, I
worried about
think
all of it.
are they're not very self-aware, obviously, and they don't need to be. Like, who
They
cares?
shouldn't be. I hope they can stay that way as long as possible.
Yes, absolutely. Like, Cordelia is like, she's just would run around naked and not give a single fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Would not care. Hey, buddy. Aw. You come say
Oh,
hi?
kitty. My kitty is gonna probably pass away. Did I tell you that?
No.
She's 17. She's really sick.
Oh, what's wrong with her?
Um, well, I don't know. And probably is maybe as an unpopular approach, but I'm not gonna go spend thousands of dollars at the
Not
vet
at a
on a
17-year-old
17-year-old
cat.
cat.
No, no.
As long as she's not in pain,
Mm-hmm.
then we're gonna just keep going but so she just is eating nonstop and peeing nonstop.
That's diabetes.
Yeah.
See, now you hear her because she sees Leo.
Oh, yeah.
For anybody that doesn't know, this is Leo, my furry,
Orange fluffy kitty.
or Leonardo Von Flouffe.
Oh God, Cammy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's his real name.
Oh my gosh. This is the first cat appearance ever on a podcast produced by The Axis. Thank you. You heard it here.
You heard it here first, folks. My motor man.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay, so let's go to our amazing idea from our
our listener,
amazing listener.
can I actually
You got something?
go off? I have a side quest here, which
Yes.
has absolutely nothing to do with losing weight or um, any such thing. So I spoke to my ex-husband
Oh, no.
yesterday. For the first time since our divorce was finalized.
What brought this on?
The Deborah.
What?
So, the Deborah found some photos of him and when he was a kid with his dad. And she texts me and she's like, hey, can you find his address? He probably would like these pictures. I'm like, okay. So I had his phone number. I've always had his phone number. It's always been in my contacts. I just never deleted it, mostly because, if he wanted to call me out of the blue, I would want to know it was him. So I sent him a text. And I was like, hey, it's Cammie. And I told him what happened. He's like, okay. He's like, yeah, sure. Sounds good. I'm like, well, what's your address? Bitch, I don't know where you live. Fuck. So he says, so he wants to vet me to make sure it's really me, which, in this day and age with every scam under the sun, I absolutely can
Yeah.
understand. So he says to me, what's your mother and father's name? So I told him, and I said, yeah, it really is me. And he's like, well, if it's really you, like, call me. I'm like, all right. So I was at my neighbor's house, and this was yesterday afternoon. It was like before I was going to pick up Cordelia. I had done a bunch of work around the house, and I was like, I feel it's wine time. It's 3:00 in the afternoon. I mean, this is the time you drink wine when you don't work.
What's that like?
It's
Okay.
wonderful is what it is. So, especially when I have like this lady who's like my neighbor who's single and a wino. So I pretty much know, I mean, I say wino, but she's like, don't get me wrong, not in a bad way. She just, I just know she's always going to be down for a bottle of wine.
I hope she doesn't listen to this show.
I don't know. She probably does. She probably doesn't. Whatever. So, so I was down at her house and I was like, let's call my ex-husband. Okay. So I called him and I talked to him, and it was about as weird as you would have fucking expect. His voice sounded totally different. I mean, I'm sure mine does too from, but his sounded like weirdly different. I don't know. Still the same strange guy that, he was before. It was like he just wanted to keep talking to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, we chit-chatted. We talked for maybe like, I don't know, 6 or 7 minutes. So it wasn't like a
Wow.
really long conversation, but enough to like, how are you doing? How's things going? What are you up to? And he's like, oh yeah, I keep track of that, all that. Like, cause I told him, I said, it really is me. And he's like, yeah, I work at the State Department. So, I keep track of all that stuff. Like he keeps tabs on us because he works for the government. I'm like, I don't care. Okay. It was so weird. I'm trying to like explain, like give like examples of like the conversation. He said, he was like, I was like, well, I've been married almost 10 years and I have a 7-year-old daughter. He's like, oh yeah, I know.
Ooh.
Yeah. I was like, okay. And then he had mentioned that this one random time that he had just randomly texted my sister out of the blue just happened to be we were all at my parents' house having a barbecue, and I had just happened to be visiting Washington. It was just a weird, weird coincidence. So we sent him like the selfie of the two of us, and we're like, she's like, hey, Cammie's here or whatever. So I don't know if she told him that I was married. I don't even care. Like if I really don't care what he knows. That's the magic of divorce. You just don't give a fuck
He's
anymore.
probably listening to this show like your neighbor.
Perfect. Great. So then,
Oh.
oh God, it gets weirder. So I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah. So, and I was like, oh yeah, I had totally forgot about that because you're not on my radar, homie. And then he was like, yeah, he has been divorced again since me.
Oh no.
And he's like, yeah, we really tried. He's like, I really wanted to have a baby. And I'm like, you did? Like, it was just so strange. I was like, okay. And, I he's like, yeah, we even tried to do like, insemination and it didn't work. And I was like,
Thanks for oversharing.
okay, cool. Yeah,
Oh gosh.
and I was like, all right. Well, I'm sorry to hear about that, okay. Um, then I was like, well, yeah, Angie has a couple girls. And so my mom's got all granddaughters and all the grand girls, she calls them. And he's like, oh, that's great. And you just sound like you're a really good person.
Well, it's true, but
I
like,
know. It's like, well, hopefully you know that I'm a good person. You were married to me for 13 years.
I can't believe you were married for that long.
It- yeah. Well, I got married when I was 19,
Yeah.
divorced at 32, you know? So anyhow, it just got weirder. And then, so he texts me. Here, I should just probably read you the text messages.
Oh, okay.
There's texts. Everybody, there's texts. All right. So here we go. Uh, because I told him, I said, I'm doing real estate now. He's like, oh yeah, you're always really good at sales. Well, I was a hairdresser before that, so okay. So he sent me his address, text me his address after we hung up. I was like, thanks, nice chatting with you. He says, we should do it more if you're comfortable with it. No, wait. No, I'm not going to flirt with you or hit on you. It just sounds like you're a good person. The place I'm living is ridiculous. Since you're a real estate agent, my credit score is ridiculous. 840 or something stupid like that. My address is right next to the Ritz-Carlton.
I'm so impressed.
I was like, I don't care how much money you have. You're still a fucking douche, but okay. And I was like, oh, are you looking to buy? And he's like, LOL, that's a good salesperson. In fact, within the next year, yes. I was like, all right, well, keep me posted. I'll help you find an agent. And then he was like, well, who are you working for? And I said, well, it's a new brokerage that just opened, which, by the way, I do work somewhere else and we'll get to that later. But anyways, I mean, kind of, sort of. And he's like, I'll just summarize the rest. He's like, well, what would you do to help? I'm considering referral fees that you might get. And I'm like, yeah. I was like, well, I would, Oh, and then he says, well, we're looking at a 1.2 million price point. Okay.
I am baffled.
Yeah.
I mean, really, I'm not. This is like just
Well,
classic.
to be fair, he does live in the DC area and he does work at the State
Oh.
Department.
Okay.
1.2 million seems a little bit of a stretch because I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, because generally speaking, if you have a decent credit score and you got some cash saved for a down payment, you usually take your annual income times 4, and that's what you can afford to buy. So I'm doing the reverse of that. And I'm like, even at $1 million, that means you're making $250,000 or $300,000 a year working for the State Department. I don't fucking think so.
Probably not.
I mean,
that sounds
maybe
far-fetched.
if you were like the director of some division.
Combined with someone he's married to, maybe?
Well, he's divorced. No.
Oh, he's single again.
Yeah.
Well,
and I was
does he own property? Because no. Well, then he's just doing the whole.
I'm like,
he's using the online calculator on Realtor.com to see how much he can afford. That's what's happening here.
It just seems like okay.
Yeah, okay.
So
I can get qualified for what it's worth, Cammie. I qualify for 1.2 million, probably around there. If I bought a $1.2 million house, we would have no money.
You'd be
left
you'd
for
be house
anything
poor.
else. We would have nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Exactly.
I would have to sell my car to buy groceries.
Right. Exactly. So and then he asked about my brother, and I'm like, oh yeah, Dan's doing really good. Da 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 da. And then he asked me, he's like, are your parents still healthy? Meanwhile, I already told him on the phone call that they were.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, yeah, they're probably going to live forever. And he's like,
They
oh, that's
probably
good to
will.
hear. I'm like, okay.
Wow,
So
that is something.
yeah. He's like, we should do this more often. No, I don't think so. I'm going to just pass. Thanks for the offer.
So I reconnected with somebody from a million years ago, not that I was in a relationship with, other than we were really, really intense, close friends. And it's not like your story at all, except for the lot of time went by part.
Mm-hmm.
And so the weird thing is, um, I've been hiring for a new editor. And I'm seeing tons and tons of resumes. Well, I saw a really good one, and this person went to Belmont in Nashville. And I looked at it, it was like a music degree. And it's such a small world when you are a musician.
Mm-hmm.
And I stared at it for so long, and I was like, I know somebody who teaches at Belmont or went to Belmont or is connected to Belmont, but I couldn't put my finger on who it was.
Hmm.
And so I kind of went to Facebook and like put Belmont in my friends to see if anything would pop. And I did it on LinkedIn, nothing. So I let it go. The next day, you know how Facebook does that suggestion thing where it shows you people?
Mm-hmm.
It's very rare that it shows me anyone that I actually want to be Facebook friends with.
It's always
Usually I'm like,
so
how
far
do I
off. Or
know
like people,
them?
you're like nobody, like you have 42 mutual friends, but you literally have no idea who this person is. Yeah.
All the
Yeah.
time. Or they're my husband's friends that I don't want
That
to be
you're like,
friends with on Facebook.
whatever. Yeah.
Well, it suggests to me this person that I was very close to in college. And I went to college before cell phones. And so in the summertime when we were all not together, what did we do? We actually wrote letters. And I have at my parents' house, I have 2 or 3 shoe boxes that are just jammed full of letters that we all wrote to each other when we were not in the same place at the same time. And
Oh,
so
that's so
I would
sweet.
say one of the boxes is entirely letters from this person.
Oh.
I'm not going to say his name because you could look him up and see who he is. So I'm going to leave it fuzzy. But I looked at it. That's who Facebook suggested to me. And guess where he works?
Belmont.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It's so weird. So then I
Oh.
looked at what he's doing, and I was like, do I friend request him? Because how come we haven't been friends on Facebook? It's so weird that we're not, that I'm like, maybe there's a reason we're not.
Right. And this is the first time that he's just come across your path on Facebook in all these years?
Yeah. And we have tons of mutual friends. So maybe his profile was off and it now is on or something like that. I don't really know.
Weird.
But for
Okay.
whatever reason, all I did was think about Belmont. Maybe it was because I looked on Facebook for Belmont.
Yeah.
That then Facebook was like, you
Was
do
like,
know
oh, you
someone.
do. Yes. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what happened.
So anyway, we're Facebook friends now. We have not connected. So I friend requested him. And this is like so junior high, right? And he accepted my friend request.
But you haven't actually like talked.
No, but now I know where he is. And if I end up in that town in Nashville where Belmont is, I will definitely reach out
Well, if
and
you're
say,
in fucking Nashville, you're coming to Indy. Just saying.
oh, how far is that?
It's only like a 5-hour drive.
Oh,
Yeah, it's really close.
yeah,
Yep.
that's amazing. And I love Nashville. I just think it's great. So that stay tuned. We'll see if I actually connect on a deeper level with this person again, because that friendship was super intense. Like,
But you never dated him.
no, he dated my friend, and we were this group of friends. This was all of us were in this really short, intense stretch of life
Yeah.
together before, at the end of college, and then
You're like
figuring
on the
out what we were
precipice
gonna.
of like your
Yeah.
adult life. And that's
Yeah.
a really impactful time for
Oh, there's
people.
one other funny one. So after college, when I went to grad school, and then for about 10 years, I was practicing and auditioning to get a job in a professional orchestra somewhere in the world.
Hmm.
And so to do that, you have to save up a lot of money. It's expensive to fly around and do this, and you're going to fail most of the time. And so it's painful. It's a really hard thing to do. And some people get jobs and others don't. And during this 10-year stretch, I realized I didn't really want to do it anyway. I made it, the furthest I ever made it was for the White House Orchestra. It was down to three or two people, and I was one of them at the end. And you know why I didn't get it, Cammie?
Mm.
I was 30 pounds overweight because there was a weight requirement to be in the White House Orchestra.
The fuck?
Yeah,
You're lying. That is
I'm not
not.
lying. It's part of the
Did they
Marine
put you
Corps. The
on the scale?
orchestra,
Like what?
yeah,
No.
the orchestra is part of the United States Marine Corps. It's the only way to get into the Marines without going to boot camp. And
What instrument did you play, by the way?
viola, I still do.
Oh, that's really cool. I did not know
Mhm.
that about you.
Mhm. Yeah, like this whole secret life that I had. Not that secret.
Viola is
So
amazing. Beautiful instrument, by the way. You know, I'm
mhm.
a huge band geek, right?
I did not know that about you either.
Yeah. I
What
played,
was yours?
oh God,
Flute.
everything. Flute. Well, of course, flute. But oh yeah, but I took guitar lessons, piano. My mom is a I mean, we all
Yeah.
music was a huge part of our life growing up. Like I joke about how I grew up in a musical because anytime any like weird ass lyric would, you know, come across, my mom would be like, "And the hills are alive." Like she would just start singing. Uh
She still does that.
oh yeah, she totally does. It's wonderful. Probably the best thing, the best part of like growing up was just being around all that music and learning all the
Yeah.
different instruments. But like, um, you know, I yeah, I did it all. That's so crazy. Band geeks for life.
Yay.
Yay. All right. So anyways, okay, so you didn't get in because you were too fat. What the fuck?
That kind of broke me. That
Yeah.
was as far as I got. And there was another really memorable one, which was I was in Portland, and I was in the Oregon Symphony audition, and that they were so far behind. And so what you're trying to do is manage your nerves, which is really feels really wild.
Yeah.
Like you can't control being nervous. You have to sort of just you learn how to manage it. And that's a skill set you don't actually need when you're in an orchestra. It's only a skill set you need for auditioning. And
Yes.
so unless you've done it a ton, and there's a huge problem that I had, which was you do this your whole life, and then at some point you realize you are not good. You used to think you were good, but now you're not good. It's
Oh yeah.
illogical.
You're like, "Oh my God." Like you have like immediate imposter syndrome. You're like,
Mhm.
I haven't played this piece of music 40,000 fucking times and I know every
Yep.
note inside out and backwards. And you're like,
Yeah.
who am, and you have like an identity crisis in like about
Yep.
3.5 seconds.
Yep.
Yeah, been there.
And so in Portland, I had this complete out of body experience where I basically got on the stage in whatever the theater's called in downtown Portland, and the committee was up in the balcony, and they have shields in front of them, so you can't see them. You can just see the squares of
Mm-hmm.
the people.
Mm-hmm.
And my body failed me, and I just like completely ate shit.
Oh no.
It wasn't imaginary. It was real. Like, and I didn't even get halfway through the first piece of music, and they said thank you. You've prepared 10 pieces of music to be there, and I played for like 20 seconds or something, and I had spent $1,000. And to make that one even worse, I had so much family there. And so they all knew I was there, and they were all rooting for me.
Oh God.
And
That's why
so
you
then I
can't
had to
tell
go back and
anybody.
be like, no, I failed. I totally fell on my face.
Oh, jeez,
And so that,
Eva.
that was kind of the end. That was like me saying, I don't think that I want to keep doing this. And at the time I said, I'm taking a break. And I ended up finding other things that I love to do in that time period, which included like digital marketing and, so now I do both, and I have a much better life than the people who only did one thing.
Yeah.
They're in bad shape. Bad shape.
That's,
How did we even get on this topic?
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
The friend, reconnecting with the friend. Well, he
Reconnecting.
made it. In education, not as a musician, but I saw that he
Oh.
subbed in the Nashville Symphony, and I was like, that's awesome. That's not easy to do.
No. None of it's easy. None of it.
No, none of it. If you were going to hide that you were taking a GLP-1 from a family member or a spouse or someone you were close to, how would you do it? Like logistically, where would you put your medication and how would you hide it?
Oh, well, not all of it has to be refrigerated.
True.
So if it doesn't, you can pretty much hide it anywhere. You know?
But let's, for the purpose of this silly conversation,
Okay.
how would you hide it in the fridge?
I would probably put it in like a old food container that I had cleaned out.
Cottage cheese.
Yeah, like a cottage cheese container or like an old yogurt container or something, probably.
Yeah.
That's probably what I would do. And it depends on how oblivious my partner is.
Yeah, like, would they ever decide the fridge is so dirty that they're going to throw all the old food out and then throw your meds out?
Oh my God,
I'm sure
could
that's
you
happened to
imagine?
somebody.
I would fucking die.
Yeah.
So pissed. You know, I have a very cognizant partner. So, but he also doesn't give a shit what I do. So, there's
As
that.
it should be.
I
mean, as long as it's not damaging you.
Right. He's like, well, okay, whatever.
I was just trying to imagine not having one friend where you could hide your stuff in their fridge and just run over there once a week.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's another way you could do it. It's like,
well, I kind of feel like we need to fill listeners in on a little bit of this story without giving too much away and protecting this person's identity. But long story short, we had a listener write into us saying that she's doing this whole journey by herself.
Wait, you forgot the most important part. Like, we got a medal because she said we were her guilty pleasure, which, like, pretty much nobody has ever described me as their guilty pleasure.
I feel so good about this. Oh my God. I feel like we were on the next level.
I know.
This is so great.
Earlier in the day, I was like, who is listening to us? Why is anyone listening to us? And then the universe said, here you go.
Here. So this woman doesn't have a lot of weight to lose, but, she wants to lose the weight. Okay, fine. And so she's doing all of this on her own. Like, nobody knows that she's on this journey. And so she listens to our podcast because she doesn't have any other, semaglutide or GLP-1 friends. So we're her friends.
Mm-hmm.
Which I love and adore, by the way.
Well, it's the point of why we're doing it is so that other people doing it don't feel like they're alone.
Yep. That's the whole point. So, kudos to you. Get your weight off. Keep us posted on your progress, please.
Yeah. Hey, there's other things too that are, I think, things I didn't know when I was new to taking it, which you did just because you're ADHD, Cammie, which is you don't really have to take it on the same day every week. You can be a day or two late and nothing will happen. Like, it's totally okay. So, like, if you were going on a trip and you needed to take a shot while you were there, you could kind of shift your days around.
Yep.
So that you don't have to take it with you. Like, that's possible.
Mm-hmm. Yes, definitely. Especially if you don't have, like, 100 pounds to lose. Like, you'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, okay. That's the other thing you have to hide. Now, if you have a lot of weight to lose and all of a sudden you're losing it and you're not, like, all of a sudden working out like you're on the TV show, the biggest loser, you probably aren't going to get away with hiding it for very long. Because somebody who lives with you is going to notice that you used to eat like a crazy person before, and now you are not eating, and
You
you're
just all of a
fine.
sudden overnight had self-discipline. Because
Yeah, it doesn't.
not how it works.
That is not. You're going to have to figure out your relationship. I'm sorry.
Somebody's going to
There's
have
no
to
way.
ask some questions, probably.
Mhm.
That's fine.
But if you have a little, like my esthetician, has always been like, as long as I've known her, she's been like a size 6. She really wanted to be a 0.
Why?
And
I
so
don't understand that because I'm
I
like,
don't,
I mean, if
I
I was a
don't,
size 6, I would be like feeling like $1 million, you know, but how tall is she?
like 5'4".
Okay, if you're 5'4" and you're a size, I still think that's too small. I don't know.
Set the question aside and ask yourself if we can judge it, because that's where I get stuck. It's like I do judge it. I go, you're crazy. You don't need to go from 6 to 0. You look amazing already. But it's her body.
Yeah.
So if we want to bring it full circle all the way back to where we started, if you're an adult and you know you can be smaller, I'm not going to stop you. I might disagree.
Right.
I can't stop you anyway.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, to each their own, I guess. I guess it's all perspective. I mean, I would be asking this person, okay, were you always a size 0 and you ballooned up to a size 6? And you know what I mean? Like, was 0 your standard? But even then, at 5'4" and you're a size 0, you're looking at like, what would you be, 110 pounds maybe?
Probably.
Okay.
I mean, she
So,
had a baby 5 years ago. So she probably was still like wanted to get some of those extra pounds off, and works in aesthetics. So,
yeah, that's,
the environmental thing is real.
oh, totally.
That's like how all injectors get too much filler in their face, because that's the environment they're in all day. I recently have started thinking it would be nice to not spend this much money on medication every month.
Yeah. But you'll probably like once you hit your goal weight, you'll still will you just like lower your dosage and do like
Yeah.
a maintenance or like microdose or whatever?
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure that out on another episode.
Yeah.
I don't know yet. I know right now, because I've been stalled for so long in this
Same.
like 186-y,
Mhm.
187. I'm gonna ask if um it was suggested to me by someone who knows really well that it might be worth stopping for a month and then starting again at a lower dose to kind of kickstart. Like
Oh,
they've been having success with that.
okay.
And the other thing we're going to look into is, she told me they're compounding low dose naltrexone with the GLP-1.
What is that?
I don't know. I got to look it up.
Oh, okay.
It's in the, I want to say it has to do with cravings, and so they use it in the addiction space. They
Oh,
use it
okay.
to help people quit drinking at higher doses.
Ah, okay.
But I'm not craving or binging.
Yeah. I have been like recently it's been weird because I'm like I'm in this I want to eat nothing sounds good
Oh,
space.
all the
It's
time.
so
Yeah.
weird and I hate it. Like
When
last
that
night I didn't
happens to
even
me, it's like, I want to take the family out for dinner. And we live in Austin. There's probably 2,000 restaurants.
oh
And I'm
yeah,
like,
and
yeah,
every
but
type of
there's
food you
nothing
could
good.
possibly imagine. Same here with
Yeah.
Indianapolis. Like I could get any food on the planet delivered to my door, which is I love, right? But um yeah, so like last night I had two cheese dogs.
Mm.
And not even in a bun, just regular bread. That's what I ate for dinner.
The hot dogs with cheese injected into them, those? Oh,
Yeah,
good choice.
Yeah, it was, but this is what I have to buy to get my daughter to eat fucking protein.
Yeah.
And I got like the kids' protein shakes thinking that I could fake some chocolate milk out of it. But she didn't like the aftertaste. You know how aftertaste and the protein gives you that weird aftertaste? She's like, I don't like how it tastes like when you're done drinking it. Oh, fuck. Okay. So then I was like, let's do smoothies. Because I was like, oh, I'll get the vanilla one and then I'll blend it up with some strawberries and honey. And then she'll drink like a few drinks out of it and be like, I'm done. I'm like, you're not getting all of the nutrients. Okay, kid. So I really do got to figure something out. Like,
Have you read or do you follow Kids Eat in Color? She's really good.
No, but that sounds good.
She's I think a nutritionist that works with kids on getting them to eat.
Okay.
I should go do some work.
Oh,
I am.
Well, dang, we've been just running. We just went a long time today. Nice.
Yeah, we had a lot to cover.
So
today.
much.
Thanks to your ex-husband and my long-lost friend.
Yeah, weird. So weird. And we need to get in. Now we need to start a band, obviously.
Oh, obviously, with Deborah.
The Deborah just ties it all together in a big bow.
Always.
Oh, my
I
God.
love her.
Okay. All right, friend. Well, I love you the most. And
love you too.
We'll do this again soon.
Yeah. Yes, we will.
And stay listening. Keep it real, people.
Follow us on Instagram at Less of You Podcast. Are you confronting the same challenges and have a story to tell? I'd love to hear your story on our Skinny Shot Stories podcast. Contact me for more details at skinnyshotstories.com. If you're a doctor and would like to learn more about sponsoring this or any of our cosmetic surgery and weight loss podcasts, go to lessofyou.com. Less of You is a production of The Axis, TAGAXIS.io.